Special coverage this morning and on into next week of the worsening crisis in Haiti. This is video recorded earlier this month from a market in Haiti's capital. Much of Port-au-Prince remains under the control of criminal gangs. Hundreds of people have died in the violence that forced out Haiti's prime minister earlier this year, and that new transitional council and government is struggling to take back control. And international troops, some trained by Canadian Armed Forces, are expected to arrive within days, finally, from Kenya. But that has been held up. Covering all of us and all of it for us, for CBC News, is Paul Hunter, who is live with me this morning from Cap Haitien in Haiti. And Paul, it's so good to see you. We're going to talk about your long history covering that country and the challenges there. But first of all, good morning from Cap Haitien. Tell us where you are and what you're seeing this morning.
I have to say the answer to that question, Heather, is anger. More than anything else, more than misery, more than frustration. It's anger that Haiti is falling ever further into this mess. We met a fellow yesterday who said, we need freedom, we need jobs, we need hospitals, we need education. We want to live like humans. Instead, we are living like animals because although we are in Cap Haitien, what happens in Port-au-Prince affects the whole country. Effectively, it is like a prison. Very little is coming in, very little is going out. People can't leave. It's beyond miserable here, and people are angry. The reason we're in Cap Haitien, we expect to be in Port-au-Prince in the coming days, but the only way, effectively speaking, into Port-au-Prince is to come into Cap Haitien and fly into Port-au-Prince by helicopter. Because gangs control all the roads. Port-au-Prince is about an hour's flight just over the mountains. The mountains effectively, to this point, kind of protect Cap Haitien. But even so, yesterday on the streets, we're spending a lot of time down in the city. You see police from Cap Haitien at sort of ad hoc checkpoints, randomly stopping cars looking for gang members. The gangs haven't made it to Cap Haitien yet, but they're worried. But on top of that, what's happening in Port-au-Prince affects everyone. The kidnappings, the rapes. There is effectively no functioning government, right? So there is, in a country that was already the poorest in the Western Hemisphere, is falling further into this misery.
Paul, I'm just wondering, I mentioned Kenya. There was this promise of a multinational force led by Kenya, supposed to be arriving in to wrest control of the capital from the gangs. It was all held up by all of the political challenges with the transitional council, et cetera. Is it coming? When is it coming? And what are people in the country saying about the expected arrival?
Yeah, it's been in the works for a long time, and it's been delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed as this country falls further into this mess. We asked that of people in Cap Haitien, and there was mixed feelings about it. On the one hand, people are saying we desperately need help, right? Because the police in Port-au-Prince are outgunned. They are overwhelmed by the gangs. They cannot resolve that crisis by themselves. They need help. They need police force. You talk about the Kenyans and the other countries from Bahamas, Belize, Jamaica. Some of those troops, by the way, trained by Canadian forces. We saw some of that in Jamaica a couple of weeks ago, the end stages of the training. But when they come in, it is to help the police, is their mandate. The expectation is that will be within days, by the end of the month. The president of Kenya is going to Washington to meet with President Joe Biden, May 23rd. Some people believe the forces will be in place by then, but nobody knows because it's been delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed. But the fear that Haitians have is that it won't be simply to help the Haitian police, that it will be the next foreign intervention in a country that has had a history of foreign interventions gone wrong. So people say, let Haitians resolve this, except that they haven't been able to yet. And right now in Port-au-Prince, they are massively outgunned by the gangs. No one has any real answers. People want this help, but they want it simply to be help and then to let the Haitians themselves, find a way forward.
Paul, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to your reporting from there, as you've covered remarkable reporting many times in Haiti over the years for CBC News, and we'll have more conversations, I know, as your latest period there gets underway. Paul Hunter from Cap Haitien for us.